my beautiful friends out there in YouTube land, and welcome back to the Hewett Homestead. All right, you guys, today is another fantastic day on the homestead. We have decent weather conditions. About to step into the sun. All right, you guys, we have a lot of projects to do today. But first, right now, I want to check and see if I don't have enough tied in. And I'm looking right now, it looks like I might. I want to try to rake out some of this grass. So, last episode, you saw me out there at low tide, raking all that grass out of that channel, up into the sides of the channel, thinking that that would be sufficient enough to get in and out. And it worked a little bit, but it did not work as good as I thought. I came out here yesterday, tried to film it, but it actually started storming as soon as I got out here. Wow. Well, that went south really quick. You know, that's the second time I have tried to take that motor on that canoe out into the water. And both times, as soon as I get in the water, the clouds and the rains come, and now it is windy. Look at the sheets of water rolling across the water. All right, so here's the plan, real quick and simple. Today, I'm gonna do what I can. I'm gonna tie my rake to a rope so I can throw my rake out there into the water, let it sink down, and then drag it back up and try to pull as much of this grass out as I can. I'm only gonna work on this section right now, just standing here from shore. I'm not gonna drag the canoe out right now because, as you can see, the tide is already going down. All right, guys, so I've got my rope tied to my handle up here, and it's also secured around the base of the rake. I got about 15 extra feet of rope to work with, so I can throw it out there as far as I can, and I'll drag it back in and pull up whatever I can, get this as clean as I can. I've never done this before, but I saw somebody do it on YouTube one time, so you know it's got to work perfectly, flawlessly every time. So let's go. I'm just going to tie a little knot in the end of it here. Run the rope through. That's going to attach to my wrist, just in case I throw it a little too hard. Yay! First impressions is it's not working exactly like I thought it would, or exactly as good as I thought it would, but it's working a little bit. I think my biggest problem is this grass. It needs to be cut off more flush to the ground. Alright, everybody, well, I've been working on this section right here for a few minutes. Got a lot of grass out of here. You can see it still looks like a mess, and I've been stirring up the mud, so this whole little project looks like a muddy mess right now. And you are right, it is a muddy mess right now, but it is slowly but surely getting where we want to be. So I've got a couple ideas that I'm going to do. I think it is best that I drag this rake contraption behind the canoe and drag everything when it's high tide, and try to drag everything out and don't try to drag it up on land. I think that's going to be more productive and a better use of my time. Also, I do believe I will try to affix some kind of weight, maybe just one of my, I don't know, 10-pound, maybe a little 10-pound plate that I've got, and maybe some zip ties, and just attach it to the frame here so it gives it more weight. So it'll drag, because as a wad of grass builds up on the teeth of this thing, and then you're dragging that across the ground, it wants to catch on the ground, and then this thing just pops right up and it rolls it. But overall, I'm well enough pleased with the results that just gave me. but it already showed me enough to know that I don't need to waste much more time on this today. Tide's going out. My efforts are becoming more and more futile. I've got a lot of other projects to work on. Big thanks to my buddy Lance Shepard for turning me on to that information. If you don't know who Lance is, he's a member of our Homestead YouTube community. Y'all should go check his channel out. I'll put a little one of them little linky links up here. Probably one in the description below as well. He's up there in Virginia. He's got his little family, his little farm going. Yellow flies. And he's got his YouTube channel as well. And great guy, great family. Go check them out. But he told me about this little tool called a weed raiser that people with ponds and marsh like that use to cut the grass. And I didn't get the weed raiser, but I got this idea for this rake while watching the videos about the weed raiser. It's a little combination tool package. One thing cuts the grass, and then they have a big old rake very similar to this attached to a rope that they would throw out there to then, you know, haul in all the junk that you cut up. And I was like, oh, I've got a rake like that and I can tie a rope to it. And I think that's going to be huge for getting that channel clear. All right, so the next project for the day is to try and fix this section of fence that's down. This got damaged 2 years ago in the hurricane, and it's been like that ever since. And it hasn't been a problem until now, because now my neighbor's dogs are big enough to jump that fence, and they come over in the yard and they like to leave us little presents that don't smell very good. So we're gonna go over here. I've got some old sections of chain link fence from when we used to have our dog kennel and rabbitry back here. And if the good Lord's willing and we can get her done, we can mark another project off of our to-do list, which means 3 more will magically appear. But here's some extra poles. I don't know how many I need, but we'll start with 1. I might need to get my brush cutter out and clean up that fence line just so we can get around there and work on it. And just like that, see what we got coming this way, guys. Summertime in Florida, you get a little bit of rain every day. So we'll just work until that gets here. We'll seek shelter while it's here. The chances are 30 minutes to an hour, it'll be gone and it's going to be sunny again. And I have disturbed a hornet's nest. Oh, they done got me at least once or twice on my arm right here. Let me see if I can get in there and grab my stuff. Get in here real quick and grab this thing out of here without getting stuck in. Oh, stop flying around. Woo! Run away! Well, I didn't see what it was. I don't know. Yellow jacket, hornet, wasp, something. I was not trying to stick around to identify the culprit. He won. I lost. Whew. Man, this whole thing moved in here quick. Look at that sky. I took about 5 whole minutes. So we're gonna put this away for a second and look to see what else we got that might be not needing to get wet. I think we're good. We're gonna take our boots and we're gonna head inside. Hopefully it moves fast and we can get back out here in a few minutes. I mean, we literally stepped under the carport as the rain started to fall. We're about to lose our giant frisbee. It's good. It's not going anywhere. Wow, look at this wind. What is this, 30, 40 knots? Oh my goodness, look at this wind. This is just a afternoon thunderstorm. This is like a freaking hurricane. Look at that wind. Bending them trees over sideways. That's what boys do. They try to get dirty and muddy. Wow, that was quite a storm. Well, so like always, guys, I love you, and I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you if you have subscribed. Thank you for every single one of you who have clicked the like button. All those things helps our channel to grow, and we are enjoying sharing our lives with you, and we look forward to a whole lot more of this. I got stung by a wasp.
Good for you.
Yeah, that's not nice.
Congratulations.
See if you can see it.
Congratulations.
Somewhere right here, hold the phone. I'm not really sure. Somewhere right around here. This whole area hurts. But there's not like one little welt.